What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And guys, I gotta run this past you. I need to know how you might feel about this, all right? I want you to be honest about this. How many people out there would pass up a $50 million payday because the person who's paying you $50 million voted for someone you didn't like in the election, all right? They're paying you $50 million to bounce a little ball and throw it through a little hoop. They're going to give you $50 million to do this. How many people out there would pass it up just because you didn't like the way that person voted? Well, I don't know how many people would do that. I certainly wouldn't, but you know who would? James Harden. That's who would. The guy with the righteous beard. That's who it is. All right. So I'm looking at this story, guys. And like I said, I want to run it past you. Okay. So this is on FoxNews.com. And it says here, Rockets James Harden turned down record-setting deal over owner Tillman Fertitta's Trump support. Okay. According to this report, Fertitta, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Fertitta, purchased the Rockets in 2017, but has been a long-time donor to the Republican Party. Oh no, not that. That is such a downer. Say it's not true. That $50 million, it doesn't spend the same because he voted for a Republican. It's just not the same. It doesn't have, it's like Confederate money, I guess. I don't know. All right, so it says here, Houston Rockets star James Harden has reportedly turned down a record-setting deal in pursuit of a trade to the Brooklyn Nets, but news reports indicate that the real motivation behind him wanting to leave is owner Tillman Fertitta's support of the Trump administration. All right. Sources told ESPN on Monday that Harden turned down the chance to become the first player in NBA history, all right, to earn $50 million a year because of his interest in joining a team with a real chance of winning a championship. He believes that team is the Nets. Okay, but he turned it down because he doesn't like the way Tillman Fertitta's voted or supported Trump. You know what? Let me finish this before I say what I got to say about that because it's not really a long article. Let me just make one more point here. All right, so Rick Butcher, all right, veteran NBA reporter says, what I heard is, and we know how much politics and political position had to do with the boycott and protest during the bubble, I'm hearing that Tillman Fertitta's strong Republican support and donation is one of the things that is contributing to all of this dissatisfaction. And those two, Westbrook and Harden, are not the only ones to want out of Houston. Butcher continued, lesser players are of the same mind. There is a revolt here because they look at Fertitta as the guy who supports the current president. Okay, all right. Let me just keep this 100 with you guys, all right? You know what I think? I think that there's a breakdown. I think a lot of people don't understand what racism really is and what a racist really is. We've been throwing this term around so long. I think people have lost like the power of it, the meaning of it, the real meaning of it. You know, guys, someone can be a bigot. They can be prejudiced. That's their right to be. I've often said that. I'm the guy who years ago made a video that was entitled, Nobody Has to Love You. I don't care who doesn't love me. I don't care who doesn't like me. Just don't stop me from living, okay? Don't try to actively stop me from being happy based upon my race. That, my friends, is racist. That's racism, all right? It's somebody paying you $50 million, that's not racist. They're helping you to be happy. They're helping you to achieve a certain status in life, not paying you the $50 million based upon your race. That would be racist. Let's not get this thing twisted. And what could you do, James Harden, with this $50 million? Oh, you could help an awful lot of people. An awful lot of people. But you're going to pass it up based on some twisted... See, this is where Trump derangement syndrome comes in. You know what I mean? Just because you believe that he's supporting Trump or he's supporting the Republican Party, you don't want any part of his money, $50 million, guys, all right, to play basketball because you're trying to protest racism. This man is making you a multi-millionaire. You understand? I don't know. Maybe you know of maybe he's personally hurting somebody based upon their race. Maybe he's been cussing out the help or something like that. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Maybe he has a part-time job as a police officer and just be beating, Negroes' asses. I don't know. But on the face of it, I'm saying that this is sick. And people have to do a better job of identifying what is real and what's worth standing up for, what's worth fighting for. Not just this posturing and trying to make an issue out of something that's not an issue. You have a job, and that job is offering to pay you $50 million. I would say you do that job and you put yourself in a position where maybe you can be a philanthropist and help people. I don't think that this man would stop you from doing that, because I don't believe that racism is what this is really all about. You know, this is about somebody's narrative. This is about somebody's agenda. You know, but once again, here we are, you know, and people are going to lift this man up and they're going to applaud him when he had a chance to make all of this money and do some good and everything. It's so disappointing to me that this is where we are these days. You know what I mean? Like, people have to look to try to find stuff where there is not. $50 million, bro. It's like, that is far from racist. Somebody offering to pay you that amount of money, and they're not having you hurt somebody. You know, they're not having you mislead people or whatever. They're not having you be a spokesman or a spokesperson for their terrible products or something. They're just having you to do a job, perform. That's all it is. But I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm missing the point. You know, you can let me know in the comment section. Does this sound like how dare they? You know, how dare they? It's so insulting wanting to pay this man $50 million. I can barely even say it. My mouth is not rich that way. I have a poor mouth, so I stutter over that. I keep wanting to say $50,000. It's $50 million, guys, and this man is passing it up. This young man to bounce a ball and throw it through a hoop. It must be nice to be able to pass something like that. Dude, I would jump through that hoop several times in front of millions. You understand what I'm saying? I don't see the racism here, guys, but maybe you do. So get in the comment section and let me know what you're seeing. All right, and you can like, you can share, you can subscribe, you can catch me on Twitter. The link is in the description box below. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Check me out on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Oh, man, rock on.